Up the Pies! Up the Pies! Up the Pies!
3 changes for this week, rather tame compared to previous weeks. Tim Membry returning, Tom Mitchell returning, and Dan Houston returning from injury. It was meant to be 2 weeks, just the one. Replacing Beau McCreary out with the hamstring injury. Mason Cox and Oleg Markov dropped. Oleg Markov will be the carryover emergency, won't be playing the VFL. But I guess I should start with the VFL because 13 AFL listed players up against Frankston Saturday night. The returns of Jordan De Goey, Bobby Hill, Billy Frampton, and the big one, Finn Macrae. Mason Cox dropped. He'll be playing in the VFL, and Will Hayes was the carryover emergency last week. He'll be playing a full game of VFL here. 6 inclusions, basically, from our VFL team last week, for AFL listed players, that is. Rowan Steele has not been recalled. He had a good game last week, 16 disposals, 4 goals, not called up. However, expecting another good performance from Rowan Steele to make a claim yet again. Rowan Steele is the emergency as well for the AFL side, but he'll be playing VFL unless there's a late change here or there, but watch this space. Love saying watch this space. The VFL game, that's Saturday night at Kinetic Stadium in Frankston. I was actually thinking of going after all, however, I've been taking the train down and there's buses replacing trains after 10 o'clock, so miss all that. I'm staying home watching it, and then I'll do the VFL report Sunday morning. Heads up though, I won't have a VFL report next week because it's technically a triple header. One of the biggest games for Frankston in recent years for them. They're trying to cement top 6. This is similar to Gold Coast from last week. They win this game, they've arrived, and you'll hear that from commentary if that happens. Not expecting a straightforward win for Collingwood, not even expecting a win either. This is going to be a very good contest. Frankston, they've won 4 in a row in the VFL. Pies have won 4 of their last 5, so big clash here. It's an 8-point game. Winner of this game likely cements finals. And for Collingwood, if we win this game, we could very well be on our way to top 6, maybe even top 4. So massive ramifications. In terms of Jordan De Goey, Bobby Hill, Frampton, and Finn Macrae, do not expect them to play full minutes, likely on managed limited minutes. They might be subbed out or whatever at half time or at 3/4 time. Who knows where they're going to be. And I think with Billy Frampton returning in the VFL, I think because of Beau McCreary's return and also being aggravated hamstring again, it's probably put extra precaution on Billy Frampton. The last thing we would want is Billy Frampton to return in the AFL and then have a calf strain again. Plus, with Sunday being wet weather with a heavy ground, don't want to risk it. So return in the VFL, get through the game unscathed. That's the big one. Get through the game unscathed, then we'll be fine. But yeah, for some weird reason, I'm probably more excited for the VFL compared to the AFL. Hoping for the best, preparing for the worst for both games. Again, for the AFL, 3 changes. Tim Membry, Tom Mitchell, and Dan Houston all returning. Beau McCreary out. Mason Cox dropped. Oleg Markov, the carryover emergency. Richmond have 2 changes. Noah Bolter returning from his curfew or personal reasons that was listed on the AFL website. And Steely Green are also playing. 2 changes for Richmond, 3 changes for Collingwood. Again, this is a danger game. This was meant to be straightforward a couple of weeks ago. Now there's a bit playing out here. Richmond have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain. Collingwood have very little to gain, but a lot to lose, particularly with other results this round. But it's a big game now with Billy Frampton returning in the VFL for Charlie Dean and also Darcy Moore. If we can't keep Richmond's young forward line at bay in this game, we have 1,000,001 problems, 1,000,002, including myself. If we lose this game, or if we struggle to put away Richmond, or if Richmond kick a decent score against us, wet weather conditions, they are relatively good in wet weather conditions, Richmond. Very clean, very efficient in wet weather. So expect them to turn the chicken up in this game. Nothing to lose for Richmond. I am worried as well about the midfield core of us. Nick Dacos, Ned Long, side bottom, Pendlebury, Tom Mitchell. Doesn't scream explosion or pace or anything like that. And this is where Richmond could get on top of us. So massive game for our midfield group. Big game for Nick Dacos to have not a breakout game, but have another decent game. Do I expect Nick Dacos to be tagged? Most likely, yes. If not, physical contact at all times. It'll be a team effort. So looking forward to that. Josh Dacos with Dan Houston returning will likely play more midfield minutes. Bit of an explosion there. Can't rely on the Dacos brothers to get the job done, though. The Triple M forward line all playing together for the first time since the Carlton game. That was 2 weeks ago, or over 2 weeks ago. Time flies. We're on a 2-game losing streak. So no excuse now for Dan McStay to not fire in this game. He'll be pinch hitting in the ruck as well. He'll have a more clear, definitive role in this game compared to the last 2 games. So if Dan McStay can't kick a goal or have an influence in this game, then I don't know where he's at. Charlie Dean up against a small forward line. If he can't have a contribution in this game, forget about it. And maybe another weird name that needs to step up is Jack Crisp. Now, granted, he's not playing terribly, just not being fully efficient with his disposal use. Not even looking his usual self. Looks like, does he need a rest? I don't think so. However, he's playing his 250th game for Collingwood, the 15th Collingwood player to do so. He's just racking up milestones this year, consecutive games broken, 250 AFL games, now 250 games for Collingwood. Very underrated player for Collingwood, so we'll be celebrating this on Sunday and hopefully get the win as well for Jack Crisp. 2 losses for a Jack Crisp milestone game this year, opening round and then the goal or the loss after the siren to Geelong. We better not lose this game to Richmond. It's also a chance to celebrate SP420. Smoke a joint, rip a bong, do whatever you want to celebrate SP420. Scott Pendlebury up on display at the moment. Just 2 Collingwood games this weekend, no VFLW this week. Hoping for 2 wins. If it's going to be 1 win, make it the AFL. I don't want to lose to Richmond. I don't want to cop it from mates on Monday morning. And if we lose to Richmond, it'll probably be another reactionary video. But I would love nothing more than to just have a nice, comfortable win, come home, record the round 20 review, and then upload it Monday morning. Just a nice, straightforward win, nothing to worry about, nothing to care about. And then we're on our way for a tough month of August. But I'm not confident. I'm not too sure how it's going to go, but I'll correct myself as well from my last video. We won by 26 points last time we played Richmond, not 6 goals. So bit of benefit there for Richmond. So we're not going to be taking them lightly. Should be a good game. Don't expect this to be a blowout or a comfortable win. It'll probably be like 8-15, 63 to 4-10, 34, some weird score like that. This has to be like what Sydney did against Richmond. Just 44-point win, not like 2024, this year's performance. So I'll leave you guys all to it. As you can see, I'm recording this straight after work on a Friday afternoon. Not my best video, I get it. But hope you guys have had a good week. Be well. If you're going to Frankston, please stay safe. That's going to be a hostile environment. So not from us, from the Dolphin fans. So Frankston, we're coming for you. Magpies out.
Up the